Hey everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of our Deep Dive podcast. I'm Hari.
And I'm Kimi. Today, we are exploring Mesklin, the legendary planet designed by hard science fiction pioneer Hal Clement.
Mesklin is considered the absolute masterclass in hard science fiction world-building. It first appeared in Clement's 1954 novel, Mission of Gravity, serialized in astounding science fiction. Alongside the story, Clement published his famous essay, World, detailing how he built it using physics.
He got the idea from real astronomical news. In 1943, astronomer Kaj Age Gunnar Strand analyzed orbital shifts in the 61 Cygni system, suggesting a third planet, 61 Cygni c, existed. Though that discovery was likely an error, Clement used it as inspiration.
He used its estimated mass, 16 times Jupiter, or 4,800 times Earth's mass. Normally, that would compress the planet to Uranus's size, creating a surface gravity of 300 Gs. Humans would be crushed instantly.
But Clement wanted humans to actually land on this world to interact with the natives. So he thought, how do I lower the gravity? His solution was brilliant: spin the planet incredibly fast. He calculated that if the planet completed a rotation once every 18 minutes, the centrifugal force would cancel out most of the gravity at the planet's wide equator.
18 minutes. Imagine a whole day passing in the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee. Because of this dizzying spin, the planet deformed over millions of years. It flattened out into an extreme oblate spheroid, looking like a massive squashed ball. Its equatorial diameter is 77,000 kilometers, but its polar diameter is under 32,000.
That's an absolutely incredible shape. And because of that shape, the gravity across the planet varies wildly. At the equator, where the centrifugal force is at its maximum and the surface bulges far from the core, the effective gravity is only 3 Gs. That's heavy, but completely survivable for human astronauts wearing special heavy gear.
But as you travel toward the poles, the spin's centrifugal force drops to zero, and you get much closer to the planet's core. There, the gravity skyrockets to a terrifying 665 Gs. Clement later used a computer to double-check his slide rule math and found it might actually be closer to 275 Gs, but either way, you would be instantly pancaked. It's wild to think about a single planet having such a massive gravity gradient, but the weirdness doesn't stop there. The atmosphere is mostly hydrogen, and it is so incredibly dense at the surface that it bends light. If you stood on Mesklin, atmospheric refraction would make the ground look like it's curving upwards. You'd perceive living on the inside of a giant bowl.
That is such a cool visual. Now, the climate is also extreme. Mesklin orbits its star in a highly elongated ellipse over an 1,800-day year. Combined with a 28-degree axial tilt, this creates highly uneven seasons. In the southern hemisphere, spring and summer last 28 Earth months each, while autumn and winter are brief. It's the exact reverse in the north.
And it's freezing cold, averaging minus 170 degrees Celsius. Because water is frozen solid, Clement needed a different liquid to play the role of water for native life. So he teamed up with biochemist and fellow legendary writer Isaac Asimov to brainstorm. They rejected carbon disulfide and hydrogen fluoride, finally settling on liquid methane for the planet's oceans.
Methane oceans and ammonia snow. But methane boils easily at those temperatures. To prevent the oceans from boiling away during the planet's closest approach to the star, Clement used that 28-degree axial tilt. The northern hemisphere summer coincides with the closest approach, boiling its polar cap, while the southern hemisphere tilts away, keeping its methane oceans completely stable and habitable for life.
And what incredible native life it is. The intelligent natives, the Mesklinites, look like 40-centimeter-long centipedes with 18 pairs of legs ending in suckers to grip the ground. They have a tough exoskeleton to withstand the gravity, and they breathe hydrogen directly through their skin. To them, oxygen is highly toxic.
Because a fall of even a few centimeters in high gravity is instantly fatal, the Mesklinites have an intense instinctual fear of heights. They also fear being underneath other objects. Because of this, they have absolutely no concept of jumping, flying, or throwing things. If you threw a small ball, they would find it both terrifying and totally nonsensical.
Yet their minds are surprisingly human-like. The main character, Barlinin, behaves very much like a shrewd Yankee trader or a Victorian explorer. They have a pre-industrial seafaring society and are eager to trade with humans for scientific knowledge. Some critics argue they are too human, but it makes them wonderful characters to follow.
Clement described writing hard science fiction as a game between the author and the reader, where readers try to spot scientific errors and the author tries to avoid making them. Some MIT students actually used university mainframes to calculate Mesklin's shape and discovered that with its spin, the equator would taper to a sharp, knife-like edge. Clement was absolutely thrilled that they checked his complex math.
It really shows how much Mesklin captured the imagination of real scientists. It really is the ultimate prototype of an exotic, scientifically rigorous alien world, where the setting itself acts as a true living character.
It absolutely is. Well, Kimmy, that is all the time we have for our fun whirlwind tour of Mesklin today. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Stay curious and watch your step if you ever visit a high-gravity world. See you all next time, everyone.
This episode is based on the Wikipedia article Mesklin, which is available under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike license. This podcast was crafted using artificial intelligence.